The 2026 World Cup is coming. 48 teams, 104 matches, one champion. And according to millions of football fans, only 4 countries have a real chance of lifting the trophy: Argentina, Spain, Brazil, and Portugal. But here's the crazy part. One of these teams has a major weakness that nobody is talking about. Another has the most dangerous young generation football has seen in years. And one nation might be entering the tournament with the greatest squad in its entire history. So today, we're eliminating contenders one by one until only one team remains. And by the end of this video, you'll know who has the best chance of becoming world champions in 2026. Let's begin. Let's start with the defending champions. Argentina. In 2022, they completed football's greatest fairy tale. Lionel Messi finally lifted the World Cup. The story was perfect. The ending was legendary. But here's the problem. 2026 is not 2022. Messi will be 39 years old. Many players from that golden squad will be approaching the final years of their international careers. Now, don't get me wrong. Argentina is still terrifying. Julian Alvarez keeps getting better. Enzo Fernandez controls the midfield. Mac Allister has become one of the most complete midfielders in the world. And their biggest strength? They know how to win. Pressure doesn't scare them. Penalty shootouts don't scare them. Hostile crowds don't scare them. They've already climbed football's highest mountain. But history isn't on their side. No nation has successfully defended the World Cup since Brazil in 1962. That's over 60 years ago. And while Argentina remains a top contender, there are younger, hungrier teams coming for the crown. So the defending champions stay alive for now. Now let's talk about the team that breaks hearts every tournament, Portugal. For years, they've had incredible talent. For years, they've had world-class players. And for years, fans have said, this is their year. Yet somehow, something always goes wrong. But 2026 might be different, because Portugal's squad is absolutely stacked. Bruno Fernandes, Bernardo Silva, Rafael Leao, João Neves, Vitinha, Nuno Mendes, and a new generation that's arriving at exactly the right time. Then, there's Cristiano Ronaldo, the biggest question mark in football. Will he still be there? Will he be a starter? Will he even play? Nobody knows. But one thing is certain. Portugal no longer depends on Ronaldo, and that's actually dangerous. For the first time in years, they have stars everywhere: defense, midfield, attack. Yet there is one concern. When things get difficult, who takes responsibility? Who becomes the leader? Who delivers the moment of magic? Because World Cups aren't won on paper. They're won in moments, and Portugal still has to prove they can create those moments when it matters most. Then we have football's sleeping giant, Brazil. 5 World Cups, more than any nation on earth. And yet, their last World Cup victory came back in 2002. Think about that. An entire generation has never seen Brazil win the biggest prize in football. But 2026 feels different. Very different. Vinicius Jr. is entering his prime. Rodrigo is becoming more complete every season. Endrick is one of the most exciting young talents in world football. And Brazil still produces talent like a factory that never closes. Every year, every position, every generation. But there's a problem. Brazil often enters tournaments with unbelievable expectations. And those expectations become pressure. Massive pressure. When they lose, it's not just a defeat, it's a national tragedy. We've seen it before. 2014, 7-1 against Germany, a result that still haunts Brazilian football. The question isn't whether Brazil has talent. Of course they do. The question is whether they can handle the pressure when the entire football world expects them to win. If they can, they might be unstoppable. And finally, the team many experts believe is the future of football, Spain. A few years ago, people thought Spain's golden era was over. No Xavi, no Iniesta, no David Villa, no golden generation. But then, something incredible happened. A new generation arrived. And they might be even scarier. Lamine Yamal, the teenager doing things that shouldn't be possible. Pedri, a midfield magician. Gavi, Nico Williams, Kubarsi, a squad filled with young stars who already play like veterans. But here's what makes Spain truly dangerous. Balance. They attack brilliantly. They defend brilliantly. They control possession, they can counterattack, they can dominate, they can suffer. And most importantly, they're only getting better every month, every tournament, every game. While some nations are relying on aging legends, Spain is powered by players who haven't even reached their peak, and that makes them terrifying. So, who wins? Let's eliminate one team. Portugal. Incredible squad, incredible talent. But until they prove they can consistently deliver in the biggest moments, they're fourth. Then Argentina. Never underestimate champions. Ever. But defending a World Cup is one of the hardest things in sports. Third place. That leaves Brazil and Spain. Tradition versus momentum. Experience versus youth. The kings of football against football's future. And if the tournament started tomorrow, my pick would be Spain. Not because they have the biggest names, not because they have the most trophies, but because they might have the perfect combination of talent, youth, balance, and momentum. The kind of combination that wins World Cups. But football has one rule. It never follows the script. A single injury, a single penalty, a single moment can change everything. So now it's your turn. Who do you think will win the 2026 FIFA World Cup? Argentina? Brazil? Portugal? Spain? Or maybe a surprise nation nobody sees coming? Let me know in the comments, because when the tournament finally begins, one of us is going to look like a football genius.